despite once saying that beef biosecurity was not on the trade table, the federal government looks like they're winding back security restrictions on beef imports from the US. And they say it's based on the science. Federal politics reporter Caitlin Rintoul joins me now from Canberra. Caitlin, what has been the response to this move from the government?
Well, there has been quite a bit of noise around this. It was something that we weren't expecting overnight. David Littleproud, the Nationals leader, has come out and called for some transparency around the decision. The Agriculture Minister, Julie Collins, says that it was a decision based on a scientific assessment. Littleproud is saying that that should be tabled, that should be made public. There's a lot of people who have some questions about how this decision has been made and why now, because as you note in your opening there, it is a very curious time for this decision to be made.
Yeah, well, it comes as a time when Trump is negotiating trade deals with countries around the world. We know there are tariffs on Australian exports to America of aluminium and steel that Australia would like to have reduced. And now it's so fascinating to unpack this because my understanding is US imports of beef into Australia were relaxed in 2019 and allowed, but there has still been restrictions on beef from Canada and Mexico that has been processed in America and then exported to Australia. And so this plan would relax those restrictions. What are the farmers saying?
The industry is, of course, a little bit skeptical, but they're saying, if there is scientific assessment around this that says that the US supply chain is up to par with Australia, then of course they would welcome it. It's something that also politicians have said. But again, without the details, without the finding of that scientific assessment, we don't actually know how the decision was made. But as you mentioned, that there was that partial opening in 2019. Then it was in 2020 when the US said we would also like to expand it further to the beef that is from elsewhere but slaughtered in the US. There's been a 5-year assessment period, but as of yet, those findings haven't been made public. Although the Ag Minister this morning did say that she was open to holding briefings with the opposition and with industry if there are more questions raised.
Yeah, right. So despite the suspicious timing of it with the tariffs discussion happening in the background, the government's perspective is it's just a coincidence that this new scientific findings based on this assessment has dropped now.
Yeah, so it was a question that was asked of Trade Minister Don Farrell this morning. He said nothing suspicious, nothing to see here. It's just happened to be that this long-running review has finished now, which is convenient because obviously, as you've mentioned, the Trump administration, this is one of their key grievances. They've had a tariff regime. There's been comments in the White House about Australia's beef. We do know that they have been eyeing off some relaxed biosecurity rules. So, they're just saying coincidence, but a lot of people questioning that today.
Yeah, like as we know in journalism, there's no such thing as a coincidence. So we'll see where it goes from here. Not that I imagine that the import market for US beef is really that strong because we can produce beef cheaper, which is why, of course, we have been so successful exporting beef to the US.
It is. It's such a tiny, tiny market, which is one of the key questions. If it isn't going to deliver us a whopping economic benefit, then why are we taking the security risk?
Yeah, I know. It's a great question to ask, and we're going to follow this story closely to see where it goes next. Federal politics reporter Caitlin Rintoul in Canberra, thanks as always for joining me on Newsworthy.
Thank you.